Hey everybody, welcome to episode 52. We are doing stuff with lemons today. When life gives you lemons, what do you make? Limoncello.
Is that an alcoholic drink?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Of course it is, yes. So it also takes a little bit of time. And I'm mostly patient, sort of not. So we're going to see. It takes a month for the peels to sit in the alcohol, and then we'll make a simple syrup when it's ready, and we will make limoncello.
Can we back up just a little bit? What exactly is limoncello?
It's a liqueur.
Yeah.
It's a high alcohol liqueur that's been infused with lemon peel, and then we add a simple syrup to it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's very sweet.
And what do you use it for?
Drinking.
Okay, so you
Cold.
use it as like a mixer?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now I'm with you.
It's a great mixer. It's a great thing to have in a chilled glass. It's something you have in Italy after dinner, or on a hot afternoon, or mix it with other things. So anyway, so we're going to make some on our own at home. You need 2 cups of a high alcohol. Vodka works really well. That's what I have in this jar. I'm going to take just the peels of 5 lemons, maybe 6, and throw them in here, and then we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to let that sit just in a dark corner of the pantry for a month. I'm checking it in 2 weeks to see how it is. Might be close enough. I don't know. But anyway, when we peel them, we want to take our peeler and draw it towards us, and we just want the yellow. So even these little pieces that come off, that's all really good. We don't want to get down to the white. There's all the lemon oil in here. We want that. We don't want any of the white pith. That's super bitter. We're going to hang on to the lemon. We're going to juice it for the second part of our lemon episode, which is preserved lemons, and that's going in this jar.
And what do you use preserved lemons for?
So that is a really nice ingredient. Preserved lemons really lose their acidic bite, and they have that real heavy lemon oil flavor. Really nice, soft and tender lemon. Used in Moroccan cooking mostly, which we're going to do a dish once these are done. I happen to have a bunch of lemons, and I'm not going to use them before then, so making a jar of preserved lemons is a great thing to do with them. You can buy preserved lemons in a jar already made, perfectly fine. So we do the Moroccan dish if you wanted to buy them.
Okay.
Good on you. I have a jar there, but I have a surplus of lemons, so I'm going to throw a jar together. We'll get to that in a minute, though. We're going to go to our time lapse because I am going to zest like that 5 or 6 lemons.
All right.
Doesn't really matter how many.
We'll
See
be
you in a
back.
minute. Okay, got all my peeling done with my zester. You can see I took off just the peel and not got into the white. It smells amazing, and my fingers aren't sticky. They're actually coated with that lemon oil I was talking about. It really is a ton of it there. It smells fantastic. So
Just
now,
don't rub your eyes.
yeah, just probably don't do that. I'm gonna put the lid on tight and see it. I'll try it in a couple weeks, but it's gonna take a month. That one's ready to go. Okay, preserved lemons. Preserved lemons are salt, lemon, and lemon juice. Some people put water in it once we get to past the preserved part, and it makes a really nice thick liquid in there like this jar does.
So wait a minute. So some people, you don't put water in it to start?
Not to start.
Okay.
You do not want to put water in it to start. But after it is done preserving the lemon, some people add
Water to
and
it.
some people add olive oil to it. Keep them in oil. I've never done the oil version. I've only seen the water one. I need a knife. So, I'm going to use a couple of the peeled ones from the limoncello as juice. I'm just move them aside for the minute right now. What you want to do is cut the pointy ends off. And this is just going to make more room in our jar. I'm going to cut them about 3/4 of the way down in an X. So it didn't cut the bottom. I cut the top in an X. Okay? And I want to pack it with salt, so that holds it open a little bit.
Interesting.
Sure, you can get in there. Why not? Go the other direction. If you have any tiny cuts on your hands,
Ouch.
you will find out now. This is when you realize, oh, tiny little cut in my hand.
Do you use a particular kind of salt for this?
I'm using kosher salt.
Does it make a difference? Could you use sea salt?
Sea salt would be great. Yeah, there's no difference between using sea salt or kosher salt. This just happens to come in a big box and it's really cheap. And it's nice and coarse, which I like. That one's perfect. We're gonna put a little bit of salt in there on the bottom of our jar, but I should have done first. This is 1.5 cups of salt. So then, once I get all these done, this jar is going to sit with a tight lid on it for 3 days in the pantry, out of direct sunlight, at room temperature. And then I will put it in the refrigerator for 3 weeks, and then the preserved lemons will be done. And we will take them out, check them out, and make some delicious things with them.
I'm really curious about this. It is very appealing to me because I like lemons a lot. And I never thought, I've heard of preserved lemons, but I don't think I ever really thought about what do you use those in?
And you want to really cram them down in the jar. Really pack them in tight. You can't have too much salt in this process, so you can always put some salt between all the lemons.
Should we go to time lapse for you to finish this up?
I've got 2 more lemons left.
Okay.
You can throw in some things to flavor this. Some people put a cinnamon stick in there, or cardamom. They're all both Moroccan spices. I'm not a huge cinnamon fan, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to put in a couple of bay leaves.
And I still don't understand what bay leaf tastes like.
Oh.
I know. It's hard. It's hard when you're dealing with somebody like me.
Someday.
Someday you're going to explain to me that bay leaf has a taste.
Yes.
Yes. And I know you have a bay leaf tree.
I do. So fresh bay leaf is different than dried bay leaf.
Okay.
And I even made bay leaf ice cream once, which was delicious.
Like I said, it's another thing that I've heard tell of, but I don't understand.
It was in my weird ice cream days.
Your weird ice cream days.
Almost forgot to stuff it with salt.
Yeah, I had a Moroccan tagine for a while that I used that I really liked for exceptionally long, slow cooking of bad cuts of meat.
Well, I've always used mine for chicken. Actually, I used it for fish.
Chicken is good, but like I would get like the cheapest cuts of meat in my poorer days when I was a girl in New York.
Yeah.
And I would cook it in my tagine low and slow.
Nice.
And it would turn out wonderfully.
Yeah. Just about every culture has a version of a Dutch oven.
Oh, is that kind of what the tagine is the version of a Dutch oven? It was surprisingly easy, and it made me feel really fancy.
Yes, I love working on a tagine. So you can see I've juiced a lot of this because now the salt is working overtime, drawing the juice out of the lemons, and I've squashed those down. We're going to go to a time lapse because I'm going to juice with the juicer 2 of the lemons into here.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay, we are back. I juiced 2 lemons in on top of the lemons that we cut in half or crossways and packed with salt. I'm going to use the rest of my salt in this jar. Give it a little shake all around. Put the lid on. That's going to sit in the pantry just like that for 3 days, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 3 weeks. And the salt is going to break down the skin and get rid of the acidic lemon bite and get rid of the bitterness that's in the white, and it's preserving the lemon, and it's cooking it. Salt cooks and liquid cooks things like ceviche. So that's basically what's happening here, and in 3 weeks we're gonna make something absolutely divine out of it, and then we're drinking this stuff too.
Beautiful.
So, that is how to preserve a whole bag of lemons, a couple different ways. See you in the future when we work with this stuff, and on the next episode we're going to learn how to flip stuff in a pan.
Woohoo!
That's fun. See you
All
then.
right.
Thanks.